Okay, so now I have the final refret. I've dressed the frets, leveled them out, and polished them up. And they're all as pretty as a picture. I've shined them up where they're mirror bright and smooth. Smooth to the touch this way, so when you play it's nice and easy to move up and down. You can feel it, and all the edges have been trimmed where it feels really good. Now the nut is on, and as you can see, I've got it on and I've got them already cut with the original nut, and that's what I use as a template in order to get the right spacing as it was before. This way it goes true, and I have the original, so when the customer gets here, if they want us to check them out, he can. I just want to make sure that they don't go way over this way. Sometimes these guys will, when you put the strings on, they're like way over here, and they can just slide right off. And then there's a lot of room over here, so you have to put the strings on before you cut them all the way down to make sure that the width is just fine. The strings go over like right here, or the strings will go over like right over here, and make sure that this is correct. I can make the adjustments now being this tall because it's not the right height. This is still too high compared when I put the strings onto here. But now I'm going to put the strings on. I got the neck on the body. I'm going to put the strings on and make sure the neck is still straight, and then I'll continue. And I'll use the old strings to put on here so that I can make sure all this is correct, like I was just telling you about. And then I'll put a new set of strings on after I'm sure that the neck is straight. Okay, so here I have the refret all finished up. I've got it strung up. I've got the new nut in. Height's been adjusted on it. I've got it set to where I want it to be. And the same thing down here. I got the height set. I got some couple of things that I need to do here. There are a couple of saddles here that are up all the way up, and I want to put some taller screws on it just to have there's a little bit more leeway in case I need to come up some more or go back down. This just will make it more comfortable for the future. And but other than that, everything came out beautiful. It plays great. It's set up low, and all I have to do now is just strobe it. And strobing is adjusting the saddles here so that the tone at the 12th fret, the harmonic, and the note when you depress the string match. And the way to do that is to move the saddles either this way or that way, and using the strobe machine will help me do that. And of course I have that. Anyway, so and all in all, here is the refret that is ready to rock and roll. Okay, so this is the final part of the refret. I just showed you that I've done completely with it. It's all in, and I have strobed it, and I did have to put some screws back over here on the D and the G. They were just too low. I couldn't get the saddles to come up the way I wanted to, so I replaced them so I can have more room to go up in order for me to get the right height that I need. And then speaking of the height, I'm going to show you what I usually do. This is my formula that I came up with. So the height at the nut to the 1st fret, and then the height of these over here, they'll be measured here at the 12th fret, from the top of the fret to the bottom of the string, and the same over here at the nut, from the top of the fret to the bottom of the string. And this is what I came up with many years ago. This is my formula. These are my specs. I came up with these, I wrote them down, and as you can see, it shows the electric guitar, electric bass, acoustic, classical, flamenco guitar. And at the nut, it has 1/64 of an inch, and at the 12th fret, you can see that it has 2.5 30 seconds and 2 30 seconds. So why are these two numbers over here on the right different from the nut and at the 12th fret? Well, I call these strings here, these 3 strings I call the bass side, and then these here I call the treble side. So that's why the two numbers are different, because the height at the 12th fret for the treble strings are a little bit different. As you can see, they're a little bit lower, and then on the bass side is 2.5 30 seconds. Electric guitar, the nut, 1/64 of an inch, and then 2.5 30 seconds on the bass side here for the bass strings, and then 2 30 seconds of an inch for the treble strings. And it says here at the bottom, measure the distance between the top of the fret to the bottom of the string. This works on all of these instruments. There can't be changed. You can see some of the values are different for classical and flamenco because they are just a different animal as far as string is concerned, and they have a tendency to flop more, so the distance has to be a 32nd. Doesn't make it any harder to play, it just makes it comfortable there and it doesn't make any noise. But this, I came up with this in 1972 and I wrote it all down, and then this became part of my business card and I put that on the back. I was just trying to promote business, and then of course my card, this is it, that was on the back, and I put down, so you can see, it says have tools will travel, impeccable repair of all fretted instruments, and then my name, and that's an old phone number for where I used to live in New Mexico, so you can try that, but you ain't gonna reach me. And then Tech to the Stars I put down. So this was my business card that I used when I was traveling on the road. But I put that on the back in order to show people what it is. Everybody wants this. Well, here it is. Pause it and write it down and take a picture, whatever you want to. There's no secret. It's just you have to know how to do it. Anyway, there it is. So complete refret, all done. Came out really beautiful. I always put my own concoction, which is a lubricant in the nut here for the guitar. I have to have some kind of lubricant so the strings can pass over nice and easy. And you might put a little dab here underneath the tree for the first and the second string, and then this is how I sell it. I make this, I bottle it, and I manufacture it, and I sell it. And then this guy here, what it is, it's just a little pen, like an eyebrow mascara brush, but it's really fine. And as you can see, you can just put some underneath here, underneath the strings, take the string up, put this in the groove, put the string back, here the fifth string, and then of course on the big string, all of these here, and then a little bit underneath the string here, and then put the string back in the tree. Sometimes I will put some here at the saddles. It's not necessary, but anything to keep it to lubricate and move back and forth, that's what you want. The string will stretch from here all the way down in there inside the saddle slot, believe it or not, even when you're playing, even when you're not employing the tremolo arm in here. So I keep these lubricated on all the saddles so that the strings ride back and forth this way, back and forth. That's how it is when you play. And so anyway, that's what this is for. And you can buy some on my website or go to Mojotone and they have it for sale there. And that is the end of this refret. It's been a real pleasure working on this beautiful relic.